Yeah, it's Bottom Peeps, Evolution787 here today, and I really didn't think I would have to make this video. There are so many people all over the place, not just on YouTube, but on all social media, talking about this issue and talking about why society is wrong, and they just keep on blaming this. You probably already found it out, but if you haven't, it's that people keep on blaming video games for shootings. I'm just gonna say this now. If you believe video games are what caused that violence, you are legitimately a fucking idiot. You are one of the stupidest people to ever exist, if you actually believe that. And most people just say that because it's the common thing to say, so you don't have to blame it on anyone. Blame it on the companies because they're doing well, not the parents who refuse to help their child through mental health. In fact, it's not even this generation, as in myself and it's the parents of this generation who got the society as messed up as it is. Yeah, you heard me right. It's our it's the parents. Now, as you can see, I'm a huge advocate of the fact that parents need to punish their children, but they also need to help them with their mental health. My mother didn't, and look at what I ended up becoming. She only ever told me, oh, it's gonna get better, or go see the counselor. She never tried to do anything to help. And most parents don't do that. If you think there's something wrong with your child, it doesn't matter if they say there's nothing wrong. Get down to the bottom of what is happening in their life so you can prevent this. It is your fault, not the fault of the video games. Stop blaming it on cause stop blaming it on the big companies just because they get a lot of money and you don't. This is absolutely sickening. People are absolutely refusing to take responsibility about anything these days, and it really is starting to piss me off. None of this shit is acceptable. I've heard more about the El Paso and Daytona shootings. Both of those people have struggled a lot with mental health. One of them didn't think that in the future that it would be what they would have wanted, any of the outcomes they would have wanted. So he decided to do that so he could basically make a future where Americans won't eventually become the minority. And that's another issue that I'll get into right now. In America, us whites are becoming the minority. We were the ones who were originally on this land, I believe after the Native Americans, but we kicked them out and I don't know where they are now. But anyways, honestly, we are letting too many damn immigrants in. First off, they're immigrating illegally and we're supporting it for some fucking reason. And second off, like I already said, we're becoming the minority. They're starting to outnumber us about 5 to 1. That's worse than slaves to whites. Back in those days, like the 1800s. No, I do not want slaves. And if I ever got one, it would just be to release them. I am just, no. Don't speak about anything that supports slavery to my face, or you will get socked. Anyways, back to what I was talking about before. We have to make sure that the immigrants who immigrate to this state immigrate legally, for one, and for two, we also have to put a limit on it. Because when there's so many, we will get overthrown. That is why we have to put a limit. I absolutely refuse to bend down and kiss their ass. We were here and we were populating everything. We paid for the Louisiana Territory. We fought Britain for more land than the 13 colonies. We went and fought Mexico for more territory. We have given our heart, our soul, our lives, and our happiness, everything that makes life worth living, to get this country. And I refuse to bend down and kiss the asses of people who think they can take it. I will not let this happen. I absolutely refuse. This is not something I will deal with. And it's time to stand up against these people. It's time to stand up against society in general. Just society in general, how it has become. Like I've said many times, the parents are the problems. They were raised to be absolute egotistical narcissists who think they could never do anything wrong and think they have a right to flip out when they're called out for their horrible actions. Just like my mother, for example. After all that I've done for you, I brought you onto this planet, so what? It doesn't excuse you for being a horrible parent, for not even being there the first half of my life, and that at least I can understand because you had to work past the time when we went to bed. Okay, that I can understand. But when you actually had the time, you just were like, nah, they can raise themselves. I don't want to do this. And now you have yet another kid. You're raising him to be an exact clone of you, him saying, oh, everyone's being so rude to me when he's being a brat. It is your responsibility as a parent to punish him. And you are doing none of that. You act like you're the holy grail of parenting, but you're just a cum-hungry slut. So many parents are doing absolutely horrendous with everything these days. They're blaming everything on anything that isn't themselves so they don't have to put in more work. And they think they're due respect? They think they're owed everything? No. If an elder or anyone, I don't care who it is, if someone is not respecting you and you were respecting them before they just started disrespecting you for no reason, drop the respect. They don't deserve it. I don't care what age they are. If I'm not getting respected back when I respect someone, they are not going to get respect anymore. I do not give a shit at this point. Society, it's already down the drain. How much further can it go? Down into the sewer? What else? What's after this? All I know is that we need to take a stand to prevent it from getting any worse. And the first part is getting rid of these people who blame everything on video games. We need to realize our own faults as a society and try to better who we are in the state of everything because of it. These people who shoot up these schools and just any place in general are mentally ill. It's not because of some stupid video game. It's because they didn't get the help they deserve. They didn't get the help they need to be able to live a happy life and not need to do that. All the counselors do, they just send you to a mental hospital. And all the mental hospitals do, they just make it worse for their own profit. So they can get more money off of you coming back. They force your parents to pay when you didn't even want to go there in the first place. And then they make it worse and you go back so they get more money. It's a sick circle. And I will not stand for it. Mental hospitals are one of the things I am filled with the most angry passion about. Because making a human who's already in a position to where they feel like hurting themselves or someone else, making them even worse making them feel even more of that, how many lives could you be putting in danger? I mean, let's say these two people went to mental hospitals, these shooters. Hundreds of people's lives ended up being jeopardized because of some cause. It could have been the counselors, it could have been the people around them. But the parents are the people who were supposed to be there through thick and through thin to help you no matter what you're going through. And they just blame it on video games because they don't want to take a fault for anything that they've done, even when the situation is completely unrelated to them. Look, any parent, fess up for being a horrible parent if you are. Start punishing your kids and start talking to them, seeing how their mental health is. Because if you don't want your child to be the next school shooter, then you won't blame shit on video games. Because that solves nothing. A stupid fucking video game is not what's going to cause this. Social isolation, bullying, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies and thoughts, any of these things, they can all be helped. They can all be fixed. It's not like Alzheimer's. Sure, it will never go away, but unlike Alzheimer's, it can get better. And that is our job as people in the society. To help other people get through their issues to where everyone can live happy, to where everyone can live the life they deserve of freedom and justice to those who do wrong. And it's all being thrown away. I refuse to stand by and see this entire planet just go as far down as it can go. I absolutely just refuse, and I will not let it happen anymore. I am not a puppet anymore. I am no longer the puppet of society, the puppet of my mother. I am my own being. I have control over myself, and I will not let anyone take control of me anymore. I am going to stand up and fight, no matter what happens to me. No matter if I get burned down, feel every single bit of the pain, and don't even die. For don't even die by getting burned down. If I get put out and feel every single bit of the pain, every single second of excruciating agony before I die, I would rather go through that than see the society go down the drain. If I ever get a girlfriend, which I highly doubt, and I end up having a kid, I don't want Tice to go through that shit. I don't want Tice to go through the same stuff that I have. Yes, Tice would be the name if it was a male. If it was a female, probably something like Raven or Aurora. But anyways, back to the point. I refuse to let any more people be affected by this. The next generation is already shaping up to be just like our generation. We don't want clones. We want people who will help us stand up. Parents are always talking about how children are so disrespectful these days, and how back in your day, everyone listened to their parents. It's better this way. Because you were raised to be absolute egotistical, narcissistic assholes. It's not our fault. It is your fault. Now take responsibility and fess up. You parents are what is wrong with today's society. Not video games. Not any form of social media. It is you. And you better start making a change. Because there are already plenty of rebellious people. And I am one to fight. Anyways, guys, this has been Typhlosion 797, and I'm out of the house. Bye.